back to school shopping. It's that unique time of year for parents that's this mix of, I don't know, hope and total dread.
It really is. It's the annual reset, but there's this huge invisible price tag attached to everything. You get the pencils, the notebooks, and then the shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you find that perfect pair of shoes. They're shiny, they look solid, your kid is beaming, and you think, okay, great. This investment will at least get us to Thanksgiving.
And then the shoe reality check hits.
Oh, it always does.
It's like 4 weeks later, that crisp, clean upper is scuffed down to the threads, the stitching is coming loose, and the toe area looks like it survived a war.
And you're right back at the store just wondering, where did I go wrong?
Well, that's the cycle we're here to break today. We are doing a deep dive into the nuts and bolts of what makes a school shoe actually survive a kid.
And we have fantastic source material for this. It's a document from the Catman X Engineering Lab called The Engineering Anatomy of a School Shoe.
Yeah, it's great. And our mission here is to help you pick a shoe that doesn't just look good, but one that's, biomechanically sound and actually engineered to last.
So when you're standing in that giant, brightly lit shoe aisle, we want you to stop shopping like a consumer, just looking at the price or the color.
And start thinking like a product engineer who's evaluating technical specs.
Right.
We're giving you a 4-point checklist by the end of this.
All right, let's start at the very beginning then. The source doc points out this fundamental error that underlies most kids' shoes. What's the core design flaw?
The core flaw is the misconception that a kid's shoe should just be a scaled-down version of an adult shoe.
They just take an adult sneaker template and shrink it.
Exactly. And that is a huge design failure because a child's foot is not just a little adult foot. It is structurally, physiologically completely different, especially in that, say, 4 to 12-year-old range.
We forget that, don't we? So what are the actual differences? What makes a kid's foot demand its own engineering?
Well, for starters, a child's foot is still mostly cartilage. It's not fully formed bone yet.
Wow, okay.
They have active, sensitive growth plates. Their feet are wider, they're flatter. Their whole way of walking, their gait is still developing.
So if you just shrink down a rigid adult shoe,
you're forcing their foot to conform to the shoe instead of letting the shoe support the foot's natural development. It's like putting a constraint on internal growth.
That makes so much sense.
Yep.
So this is why the Catman X lab broke their analysis down into 4 specific layers.
Right. We need to look at it piece by piece.
Okay, let's unpack this checklist, starting with what I know is the #1 point of failure for basically every parent listening. Layer 1, the battle zone, the toe area.
Yep, that's where the shoe dies first. It's almost never the stitching on the side or the sole wearing thin. It's a catastrophic failure right at the front.
My kids don't just walk. They drag their feet. They use the front of the shoe as a brake, as a kickstand, sometimes as a weapon.
Exactly. And that spot where the upper material, the fabric or leather, meets the sole, that's the weak point. One good scuff and it starts to peel. And once that happens, the shoe is basically done for.
So what's the engineering fix? What do we look for?
It's a simple design change, but it's non-negotiable for an active kid. The outsole rubber has to wrap up and over the front of the shoe.
Form a bumper.
A dedicated protective bumper, a reinforced rubber toe cap.
Okay, that makes sense for durability. It's like an external shield.
It is, and it gives you 2 things. 1, as you said, durability. It can extend the life of the shoe by months. And 2, safety. It's a real barrier protecting their toes from all those inevitable impacts.
The source was really blunt about this. It said, for an active child, a shoe without this is, and I'm quoting, money wasted.
It sounds harsh, but it's true. If it fails at the main stress point, the rest of the shoe doesn't matter. But there's a really important caveat here.
I was just about to ask, if you stick a big, hard chunk of rubber on the front, doesn't that make the shoe clunky and stiff? It could ruin the flex, right?
And that's the difference between good engineering and just, a cheap design. A well-designed toe cap provides protection without compromising that forefoot flexibility.
So you need to check for both.
Yes. In the store, look for the bumper, but then bend the shoe. Make sure it still flexes easily right where the ball of the foot would be. Protection without rigidity.
Got it. Okay, so we've secured the front. Let's move down to layer 2, the outsole. We're talking about traction and slippery school floors.
This is a huge safety issue. Think about polished concrete hallways, the cafeteria floor, that shiny lobby. Those surfaces can be like ice rinks.
I have seen my own kid go from a dead run to a full-on figure skating spin in a split second. It's terrifying.
It is. So the outsole can't just be hard plastic. It has to be a specific rubber compound that's engineered for a high friction coefficient.
Okay, friction coefficient. Let's break that down. What does that mean in like plain English for someone in the shoe aisle?
It just means grip. It means the sole material is literally designed to bite into the floor and prevent sliding. It's not just for walking. It's technical gear for a kid playing tag or making a sudden stop. It is a direct safety feature.
That totally reframes it. Now, the source mentioned something that I thought was fascinating. Non-marking outsoles. I always just thought that was so you don't scuff up the gym floor.
That's what everyone thinks. But it's actually a technical clue about the quality of the rubber.
Oh, really?
Yeah, think about it. What kind of rubbers leave black streaks? The cheap, hard, plasticky ones that don't have good grip anyway.
Ah, so it's a material science thing.
Exactly. The higher quality, softer, grippier rubber compounds, the ones you want for safety, they often happen to be non-marking just because of their chemical makeup.
So non-marking isn't a guarantee of great traction, but it's a really good hint. It signals the manufacturer probably invested in a better, safer material.
It's a great little piece of detective work you can do. Better grip for your kid, cleaner floors for the school. It's a win-win.
Okay, moving on up. Layer 3, the midsole. And this is where we hit that classic parent trap. The idea that the softer and squishier the shoe, the more comfortable it is.
Right, the cloud soft myth. And this is a really complex area because you can go wrong in either direction if the midsole is too hard, like a rock.
All that impact goes straight into their heels, their knees.
Exactly. Impact fatigue. It's just uncomfortable and not great for developing joints.
But the super plush memory foam, that has to be the answer, right?
Ah.
It feels so good when you press it with your thumb.
And that's the hidden danger. If it's too soft, it creates instability. The foot just sinks into this mushy foam, and the ankle and arch lose their stable base.
It's like trying to walk on deep, soft sand. Your ankle's working overtime just to keep you balanced.
Precisely. You're actually introducing strain and wobble. So you're trading cushion for stability, which is a bad trade for a growing kid.
So what's the sweet spot? What does the Catmedics doc recommend?
They point to EVA foam ethylene vinyl acetate. It's really the gold standard in athletic shoes for a reason.
And why EVA specifically?
Because it's this perfect balance. It's lightweight, which is key. It provides fantastic shock absorption. But, and this is the crucial part, it has enough firmness, enough structure, that the foot doesn't sink in. It supports the foot.
So it's more like a firm trampoline than a marshmallow.
That's a perfect analogy. A cushion without the mush.
All right, that brings us to our final layer, layer 4, the closure system. Because if the rest of the shoe is perfect, but the seatbelt doesn't work,
the driver's in trouble. Yeah, this is all about safety and honestly user experience. It's about solving the daily chaos of the untied shoelace.
the morning chaos is very real. But beyond that, loose laces are a massive trip hazard at school.
A huge one. So traditional laces have two big problems for kids. They're hard to tie for developing motor skills, and they're dangerous when they come undone.
So what's the engineering solution?
A smart hybrid system. You combine elastic laces, which are basically pre-tied and always have some tension,
Okay,
with one single wide Velcro strap over the top to really lock the foot in place.
that's brilliant. It's not just about convenience for the parent, is it?
Not at all. The benefits are layered. First, you get a secure fit, so less risk of an ankle roll. Second, you completely eliminate the trip hazard.
And third,
Independence. The child can do it themselves. And that I did it myself moment before school is a huge confidence booster.
absolutely. So the engineering choice directly supports the kid.
It does. It just needs to be a good, wide, high-quality Velcro strap that really grabs on.
This has been amazing. We've really pulled apart the technical specs. But now let's make it super actionable for the listener who is standing overwhelmed in that shoe aisle. Let's consolidate this into that quick in-store checklist.
All right, time to be a detective. Stop looking at the logo, flip the shoe over, and actually inspect the thing.
Give us some more checks.
Check 1, the battle zone. Look at the toe. Is there a durable rubber bumper that wraps up and over the front? If the fabric runs straight to the floor, for an active kid, it's money wasted.
And while you're there, remember to check the flex.
Check 2, outsole safety. Press on the sole. Does it feel tacky and grippy or hard and slick? And remember that little hint look to see if it says non-marking? It's often a sign of a better quality rubber.
Check 3, midsole balance. Press your thumb into the cushion. Does it feel like a rock? Or does your thumb sink into a marshmallow? You're looking for that sweet spot, that firm trampoline feel. That's the EVA.
Check 4, The secure closure. Can your child manage it on their own? Look for that hybrid system. The elastic laces plus one wide, strong Velcro strap for that safe, secure lockdown.
The big takeaway here is really a mindset shift, isn't it? You're not just buying a fashion item, you're selecting a piece of technical equipment for a growing body.
That's it. This shoe is foundational to their safety and comfort for 8 hours a day. So be an inspector. Flip it, press it, flex it, test the straps.
The impact is just huge. It affects durability, safety, comfort, and even their confidence every single day.
And that brings us to a final thought for you to mull over. If a normal, everyday school shoe requires this much specific engineering and careful evaluation just for walking and playing,
What does that tell us about the demands of specialized shoes, like soccer cleats or basketball shoes, where the forces and impacts are so much higher?
that is a whole other deep dive.
It really is. And now we want to hear from you. Thinking back on all the shoes you've bought, what part of your kid's shoe fails first? Is it the toe, the sole, or the strap? Let us know. We'll see you next time.